Hello and welcome to the Hikari Kimono YouTube channel. My name is Evan. My friend Siren has started doing videos on her YouTube channel, which I will link to you down below. And it inspired me to do my videos again. I haven't done any in quite some time, which I'm very sorry for, but I hope we can have fun doing this again. While Siren tends to do more modern and focus on wearing kimono and stuff like that, and more practical things, I like the technical, traditional, and historical side of things, so that will probably be my focus here. So, to that extent, I would love for you guys to comment below and tell me what you want me to do videos on. I'll gladly talk about anything kimono or Japan related for that matter. So, today I was thinking that to start off, I could introduce myself, and I also want to do a very short kimono pronunciation guide so everyone can say all the kimono terms like a Japanese person would. Let me start by introducing myself. I go to the University of Pittsburgh, and my majors are Japanese and anthropology. My kimono hobby started the summer before my senior year of high school and up till now, so it's been about 5 years since I've started collecting. I like to go to anime conventions and programs here at the university and anywhere else people want me, and I love to present about kimono, kimono history, kimono wearing, anything like that. So I want to start with the pronunciation for some kimono terms. I won't be covering them all here, but I want to get the most basic kinds of kimono and obi down. First, I just want to start off by doing some general Japanese pronunciation rules. So, in short, Japanese has 5 basic vowels. A, E, I, O, and U are their basic vowels, just like we have. They are only pronounced one way, and they are pronounced A, I, O, E, and U. They are always that value, no matter where they are in a word, so they're pretty easy like that. For the consonants, Japanese consonants are generally the same as ours, except for a few, which I'll go over now. The hardest one and the most obvious one is Japanese R. Not everyone can make this sound. You can kind of reproduce it with an L-ish-like sound or just a lot of practice. It is exactly the same as Italian and Spanish single R. It is a flap R produced by flapping the tongue off the roof of the mouth or the back of the teeth. With the vowels, it is pronounced ra, ri, ru, re, and ro. With a Y after them, they become ria, ru, and ryo. Next, in the H line, we have HI, which is pronounced slightly differently. It's hissed, and is pronounced hi. Hi, like my channel, hikari. Next, in the H line, we have FU. It is not like our F. It is not fu, produced with the side of the mouth. It is hu, pronounced by blowing air through the center of your mouth. Hu. Lastly, the only tricky ones that might be confused are SU and TSU. SU is simply SU. It is pronounced su. With the T in front of it, it is part of the T line, and it is pronounced tsu. Tsu. Su, like in sushi, and tsu, like in tsunami. One other rule, which is very important, is U, when it comes between certain consonants, disappears or gets devoiced or elided. And commonly it's after S before K. This happens in a lot of Japanese terms, so I want to make sure I address it here. So first we have, of course, kimono. It's very simple. Kimono. It just means thing to wear, and it is the umbrella term for all types of kimono. The art of wearing kimono is called kitsuke. There we have our elided U between S and before K. Kitsuke. From here, I'd like to start with the basic types of kimono, going from the most informal to the most formal. First, we have yukata, not yukata. It's yukata. These are cotton, usually cotton kimono. They are the most informal. It's the one that most Westerners seem to be familiar with. It is one worn to festivals and such. Next up on the list, in the everyday wear, we have komon. Komon. Komon are the most informal type of daily wear. It means small figure, and it is a kimono that is characterized by a repeating pattern that is, in our era, mostly small. Next up, we have the iromuji. Iromuji. This one will be most familiar to our chief practitioners. It is a single-colored kimono with varying amounts of crests. Therefore, it can range in formality to a lot of things. Next up, in the semi-formal wear, we have the tsukesage. Tsukesage. The TSU, and then the U before or between S and K. Tsukesage. It is a type of kimono that is semi-formal. It is dyed on the bolt and then sewn together, and therefore the pattern usually doesn't cross the seams on the kimono. One step above that, in semi-formal wear, we have the homongi. Homongi. The homongi, unlike the tsukesage, are sewn from the bolt into a kimono, then patterned, taken apart, washed, and resewn so that this pattern cross the lines. Next, in the ceremonial wear, we have the two types of kimono. We have iro tomesode. Iro tomesode. Iro tomesode are colored tomesode. They have patterns only along the bottom half of the kimono. The step up from that is the kuro tomesode. Kuro tomesode. It is black tomesode, and it also has patterns only below on the bottom half. The other type of kimono would be the furisoli. Furisoli. The furisoli is a long-sleeve kimono for unmarried women. There are three kinds of furisoli. There is the kofurisoli, which has smaller long sleeves and is usually worn at graduation ceremonies. Today, next in line, we have the chuburisode. Chuburisode. The chuburisode has slightly longer sleeves, and it is a semi-formal furisode. Lastly is the oburisode. Oburisode, which has very long sleeves and is very, very formal, mostly ceremonial. Lastly, I like to address what's called mofuku. Mofuku. Mofuku is a type of kimono that is entirely black and has 5 crests. This type of kimono is generally common. You can see a lot on sites like eBay. It is a funeral kimono. It is meant to be worn to funerals. The term mofuku also refers to any kimono, obi, or kimono accessory that is black in its entirety used for this purpose. Next, we have the obi. The first is the hanhaba obi. The hanhaba obi is a half-width obi. It is informal. Next is the Nagoya obi. Nagoya obi. The Nagoya obi is slightly longer than the hanhaba, but shorter than the next type. It can be sewn along half of its length for ease of wearing. Next up is the fukuro obi. Fukuro obi. The fukuro obi, or pouch obi, is a longer type of obi. Its formality can range depending on what kind of pattern is on it. And then lastly, we have the maru obi. Maru obi, which is a equally long, fully brocade on both sides, very heavy, stiff, formal obi that is more rarely seen today. And lastly, I'd like to go over hakama, not hakama, hakama. Hakama are a pleated trouser-like garment, and it is for both men and women, though men and women's vary structurally. So, like I said before, I will do the other types of kimono stuff, the little stuff, and the stuff that goes under the kimono. I'll do that in a separate video and devote a video to those entirely. So, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and don't forget to comment what you'd like to see me talk about. I'd love for you to do that. I have some ideas of my own, but I like to do what everyone else wants me to do instead. I'll also be doing some more Kitsuke videos, and I'll probably go and redo the 2 that I have up on my channel now, with newer kimono accessories and better audio. So please look forward to it, and please come and watch again. Thanks for watching.